Even in relatively unsophisticated applications, repeatedly writing out the same terminal commands can become a tedious task. It's also incredibly time wasting, and unnecessarily so. Luckily, we can compress our commands into 2 or 3 short words, no matter how many characters they contain or how long the execution of the script. Here we have a package.json with some additional properties added to the script's object. Next to the usual ng, build, test, start, e2e, and so on, we're going to add compress, deploy, and analyze. What's important is their value. It's a string containing exactly the command we would write in the terminal. The only thing to make sure of is that the directory is the same. Most of the time when developing with the Ionic or Angular, you'll be writing commands from a point in the tree that is the same level of package.json. However, even when that isn't the case, you can just cd up or down the tree. The compress command runs the lengthy command required to compress our build files using the gzipper library. To run these commands, we simply need to enter npm run, then whatever the name of this key here. In this case, it's npm run compress. I want to compress the build every time it's created, so I'll simply add it to the build script. The double ampersand tells Node to execute the scripts sequentially. A single ampersand will give you parallel execution, which has its uses. Our deploy command combines the build and compress commands. It first runs Ionic build flag production, waits for its completion, then runs the compress command. Once compression is done, it deploys the latest build to the web using Firebase hosting. The analyze command builds a non-production version of the application that contains a stats file generated by Angular. Once the build is complete, Webpack Bundle Analyzer is run and given the location of the stats file as an argument. This opens up a browser tab with the breakdown of our build. For more on this, check out my video on compression. But you can see how writing this even 2 or 3 times is enough to justify pulling every single key off of your keyboard. Okay, maybe not quite that, but almost. To run the build command, we simply write npm run build in the terminal. Likewise, if you're using Firebase functions, if you haven't by default got a deploy command, it's a good idea, instead of always writing Firebase deploy, flag only functions or hosting or Firestore and so on, to write a script here. Note when we run npm run deploy, Node logs the command that we wrote, which is helpful. And there you have it. Custom scripts for faster, simpler, happier developing.